Hello everybody, my name is Tia and today I'm going to show you all how to prepare baked macaroni and cheese. And my hometown of Baltimore, Maryland, one of our favorite pastimes is eating seafood, so I'm going to add shrimp to it. I usually limit this dish to Thanksgiving and Christmas because it is high in calories and also it is a bit costly. To prepare this dish, you will need pasta of your choice. I am using macaroni today. You will also need a casserole dish. You will need cheese of your choice. I'm going to use shredded mozzarella cheese today. I will also use shredded yellow cheese. You can use sharp, mild cheddar, again, whatever type of cheese you choose. I'm going to use sharp cheddar cheese, and also you're going to need some cubed yellow cheese as well, and that's going to be mild, sharp cheese. Also, you will need 1 to 2 eggs depending on the size of your dish, and since I'm making a small dish today, I'm going to use 1 egg. You will need butter or margarine. You will need shrimp, of course, evaporated milk, and lastly, you will need Old Bay seasoning. This is a seasoning that was manufactured in Maryland. It is distributed through the United States, and it's been around since approximately the 1940s. Just a little fact on one of my favorite seasonings. The first thing that you're going to do is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. The next step that you're going to do is to add a pat of butter into a pan to prepare your shrimp. Now, usually I will buy cocktail shrimp because it's already prepared, so all you have to do is basically lightly season the cocktail shrimp in the pan once your butter is heated. So the shrimp will look like this, of course, before you put it in the pan, and then once it's done, you can cook it for maybe about 10 minutes. It's going to look like this because you're going to lightly season it with the Old Bay seasoning. The next step that we're going to do is add the macaroni into the casserole dish. And you can fill it approximately halfway full. You can always go back later and add your macaroni. So you're going to add the macaroni and just distribute it around into the casserole dish. And then there's no specific order, but usually I'll just add the macaroni and then I will add the shredded cheese. You use less mozzarella cheese than you do with the shredded cheese because, of course, you're using both types of cheddar cheese. So I'm going to add the cheddar, and I'm going to distribute it around into the casserole dish along with the macaroni. Then I'm going to add a little of the mozzarella cheese. If you're lactose intolerant, I'm sorry, this may not be the dish for you.
Also, if you're allergic to shrimp, right?
I'm sorry?
Also, if you're allergic to shrimp, right?
Yeah, if you are allergic to, I'm making a mess. If you are allergic to hard shell seafood, then yeah, this wouldn't be the dish for you either. I'm going to add the diced mild cheddar cheese as well. And I just like to make sure that it's an even amount of cheese throughout the dish, along with the throughout the dish, so that when you bite into the macaroni, you'll get an even portion of everything. Okay, and I'm going to also add evaporated milk. Now, I've used whole milk in the past, and it did not turn out right. The reason that I learned is because evaporated milk has less water than whole milk does. So that's the reason why, and it tends to make it, a bit on the loose side. So I'm going to add the milk into the mixture, and then we're going to add butter. The reason to add the butter and as well as the egg, once I add the egg in, is to basically hold the mixture together, because if you've eaten macaroni and cheese on the stove, you notice that the consistency will be different from this. So depending on the size of the dish, you're going to add probably about 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter. Again, high in calories. Limit your servings. So, okay, so I'm just going to add the butter. Now, you can do one of two things. You can melt the butter and then you can put it into the mixture, or you can just put it in like this because it's going to melt once you put it in the oven. So you'll mix the butter in of course, with your mixture, as well as put the beating egg into your dish. Just lightly beat it up. I'm not this messy at home, but you don't have to be, it doesn't have to be perfect. But you're going to put mix your mixture together, and then add a little salt and pepper to taste. I usually put more pepper than salt. I like the flavor of pepper. I'm from the South, so we like our stuff a little on the spicy side. Is everybody following so far?
Yep.
Okay. So basically, this is what you do. And the last step, of course, would be to add the shrimp into, let me just put a little bit, not a lot of salt. The final step would be to add the shrimp into the mixture. It's no specific way. Just add it in there. And I don't like to scrimp on the shrimp. I like to make sure every bite has a little bit of shrimp in it. And that will be the final step to prepare before putting it into the oven. Usually it's just level it. Make sure you level it. Make sure it's smooth going across the pan. You'll put aluminum foil on top of your dish, and you're going to bake it for 45 minutes. Again, 350 degrees heat. And then once the 45 minutes is done, you're going to uncover it. So of course you'll cover it, then uncover it and put your final layer of shredded cheddar cheese on top of it. So again, if you're lactose intolerant, this is not the dish for you. So that's basically it on how you make the baked macaroni and cheese. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, I'm done.
Arvin.
Oh.
Yeah, keep it rolling. How'd you do?
I really enjoyed it. It was really demonstrative. It had so much demonstration in it. And she had a lot of eye contact. And I liked it how she specified on each step. She gave different scenarios. If you do this, if you put it on the stove, or different ways, it's going to give you different results. Especially the milk part.
Okay, good job.
Do you want me to stop it? Do you want me to stop it?
I thought you did a great job. No, seriously, I thought you did a wonderful job. You're constantly communicating. You're going step by step on what you're doing. Good eye contact with the audience. I felt like I was watching a culinary show. You did a great, great job. I thought you had it from beginning to end. And you were exactly at 7 minutes and 2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, wonderful job. Good job.
I have some if anybody wants to taste some.
I want to try
Here
it.
we go again.
I'll give it out.